Leo, welcome to your weekly reading. Let's get started and see what messages we have for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Keeping in mind that these are general readings and may not resonate for everyone. So check out your other placements and keep the messages that do fit for you and leave the rest behind. All right, let's take a look here for Leo. What is the energy around Leo's week? Mending. So something is going to heal this week. Something is working on mending. There's a connection here between something that needs attention, healing, love, forgiveness, compassion, empathy. Something is mending. So you may be sort of initiating this, or you might be receiving some energy around you that seems like it's sort of moving towards reconciliation. It's all sort of coming together here, Leo. This mending card is the last one in the deck. And so it's an interesting one to receive because it really does suggest some sort of forgiveness, that there's been enough time has passed, like the hurt is no longer relevant here. We need to understand and integrate this, because otherwise it feels like a burden and a chain that just keeps wrapping tighter and tighter and tighter. And so it's like breaking through that, breaking free from that. This is a time to mend a rift, to heal a wound, to let go of old hurts. This is a time to forgive, release, make peace, and set yourself free. So let's jump into the tarot cards and see if we can understand a little bit more about this situation. What is bringing Leo to this time of healing, mending, forgiveness? The Hermit. It's in reverse, so you still need to reflect a little bit more to understand the wisdom of this experience, to see the truth of this. I think you're dragging your heels a little bit. You may be procrastinating with that Page of Pentacles in reverse, but ultimately you're moving towards emotional fulfillment, Leo. But something needs to be forgiven and released. There's a wound that needs your attention right now, and there's the King of Wands with the Seven of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So it's like you have all of these emotional options, but they're all triggering you, because what you really need is healing, forgiveness. A rift needs to be mended. There may be an opportunity to repair something. Let's pull the rest of this row here. I feel like if you can sort of be grounded in the now, you have a better chance of sort of coming out of this healed and free of these chains that I feel are wrapping tighter and tighter. You are ready to let go of something here, but it's almost like you need to be willing to allow things to shift. Otherwise, this whole experience is going to feel like almost like you're shooting yourself in the foot, like you could be sabotaging yourself if you're not open to shifting the energy around this situation that needs healing. So it's very interesting, this reading so far, because I feel like you're getting the message that, this situation, there's something that needs to be mended, right? Amends needs to be made. So perhaps you need to make amends for something, or perhaps you and someone else need to sort of make amends together. But it feels to me like you might solely be focusing on your own sort of hurt, and as a result you're sort of stagnating, you're a little stuck, because you're unable to progress forward if you don't allow this situation to sort of be resolved. And I understand some situations are harder to let go of than others, but I can't express how much is coming through here, that this needs to be sort of healed. There's a connection here that needs to be healed. And it feels like once you do heal it, you're going to feel free. It's got that kind of energy with it. But I think as long as you maintain a refusing to look at this situation from a different perspective, you're sort of sabotaging yourself. This Tower in reverse is a time where we're refusing something, and we might be afraid of something. You might be feeling afraid to make amends, because what if you get hurt again? Like, I'm sort of tapping into that too, that your resistance might be because you're protecting yourself, and it's interesting because seeing that Six of Wands following that Page of Pentacles is saying to me that you'll have a victory here, but in order to get to that victory, you have to be willing to sort of stay in the now and to not focus solely on how you feel, and to not solely focus on, well, it only makes sense that they would make amends with me. It's almost that kind of situation. Forgiveness serves the self. You might not even need to speak to this person to forgive them. But if you can forgive, you can heal yourself. You can release yourself from something that feels like a burden. With that Ten of Wands there, this has been something you've been carrying around. This could be like a grudge. You might be holding a grudge, and all that does is burden you. You're burdened with that, not the other person. And so this may be a time where you sort of need to release these burdens, letting go of any old wounds, letting go of someone else's expectations, not being afraid to ask for help, and sort of surrendering to a dynamic that needs to change and letting it change. I think right now it's got you, like when you think about it, you feel yourself revving up. You get more and more sort of, the temper starts to grow. Whatever happened here was difficult for you to accept. I don't think you did accept it. I think it feels like there's a grudge. It feels like there's a grudge, and that you were sort of deeply wounded by something, and as a result now, unfortunately, it may feel like holding a grudge protects you, but actually holding a grudge just ends up being self-sabotaging. We end up being a slave to that grudge then, and then it becomes part of our story. It unfocuses our energy. We become less self-aware, and it's just not going to lead to you feeling inspired and this emotional fulfillment in the Ten of Cups. I think that in order to achieve that, you're going to have to sort of reflect on this in a way that says, I let go of this. I don't want to hold on to this anymore. I need a new emotional option, and that might be to just forgive and have some element of amending. It's very interesting, Leo. And I mean, we have the Six of Swords on the bottom of the deck, which really suggests to me that you need to get distance from a narrative that's going through your mind about this situation. You might be telling yourself over and over and over again how this situation hurt you, instead of telling yourself, I'm free. That situation's in the past. It can't hurt me anymore. I'm going to move away from these thoughts, and I'm going to go after whatever this Ten of Cups is for me, and I deserve it. Like, you do deserve it. You deserve to have that inner fulfillment and that emotional happiness. And this might be, for some of you, it could be a relationship that got you feeling that need to protect yourself in the first place. But it could also be that by surrendering that and letting go of this, you might be walking right into a divine connection, right? Where you really trust yourself and the other person in a different way, because you're no longer holding that story. By forgiving whatever happened here, you're setting yourself free. The forgiveness will set you free. It's very interesting. Now, let's see, what does Leo need to surrender or surrender to in order to feel whole and complete and healed and free of this? I feel like it needs to transform. Let's see here for Leo. Surrender to what is. Isn't that interesting? It says here, flow with what is instead of fighting it. When you can't change a situation, compassionately accept it exactly as it is to bring yourself peace. Exactly. Whatever happened, Leo, you can forgive it and move past it. Bottom of the deck is surrender the drama. No matter how emotionally charged a situation, remain calm. Like I was saying with this Knight of Wands in reverse, it's hard for you to remain calm when you think about this situation, isn't it? However it unfolded, it does feel very dramatic. Remain calm and don't contribute to the drama. Stay centered. Staying centered will help resolve the issue more quickly. And I feel like getting distance from these thoughts that you can change something, I feel like all you need to do is let it go, forgiving it, not letting the story be your narrative in the present, because this feels like a past situation. And I love this surrender to what is card, where we don't fight it, we just surrender to it and opt for inner peace and releasing any sort of drama or reactivity that goes along with this situation. Wow, I'm going to leave it at that for you, Leo. If this has resonated for you, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting. If you would like a personal reading, you can find the link for that in the description below. As always, I'm sending you so much love and light, my friends. Take care. Have a good week.